This is a big bet industry. You have to have an appetite for risk that makes it exciting. Getting it done is the hard thing.
When Boeing unveiled the 787, it stood as a bold emblem of innovation, pushing the boundaries of aerospace technology. Dubbed the Dreamliner, it captured the imagination of engineers, travelers, and airlines alike. But a series of technical setbacks has rocked the aviation world, quietly chipping away at public trust and turning this dream into a nightmare. Why did the Dreamliner falter? Could it spell the end of an era? Let's dive in. Billed as a game-changer in aviation, the Boeing 787 Dreamliner promised to redefine air travel. Its design prioritizes passenger comfort with features crafted for well-being. A cutting-edge cabin pressurization system keeps the cabin altitude at about 6,000 feet, far lower than typical planes, easing fatigue and headaches on long flights. Higher cabin humidity reduces dry skin and eye irritation common on extended journeys. The Dreamliner's windows, 30% larger than standard ones, use electronic dimming technology, letting passengers control light without clunky shades. Plus, its sleek aerodynamic design and quieter engines create a hushed cabin, offering a calm, restful trip. These advancements elevate the travel experience and set a new benchmark for modern aircraft comfort. But here's the standout. It was the first commercial jet to use carbon fiber composites over traditional aluminum, lighter, tougher, and far more fuel-efficient. Its forward-thinking design was meant to shape air travel's future, yet the Dreamliner has become a persistent headache. On March 20, 2025, the U.S. Federal Aviation Administration issued a stern airworthiness directive, ordering inspections of the 787's forward pressure bulkhead, a vital component for maintaining cabin pressure at high altitudes. The issue? Boeing's assembly errors, like improper gaps, misinstalled fasteners, and deviations from specs. Though not an immediate danger, the FAA cautioned that these flaws could, over time, cause fatigue cracks, corrosion, or even catastrophic structural failure. This is just the latest in a string of troubles haunting the Dreamliner. Since 2020, Boeing has paused deliveries multiple times due to production issues, especially fuselage join errors. To address these, the company quietly established shadow factories, secret repair sites outside its main facilities, to fix over 120 grounded Dreamliners. Back in 2013, the entire global 787 fleet was grounded after lithium-ion battery fires. What was once Boeing's pride and joy now symbolizes a quality control system in chaos. And the troubles don't stop there. A new issue has surfaced with the communication systems. Earlier this year, the FAA quietly sought public input on a proposed rule to address a critical radio software glitch that could lead to disaster. Specifically, the 787's VHF radios were found to switch between active and standby modes without crew action. The FAA warned this could disrupt communication between pilots and air traffic control. Public comments on the FAA's site revealed dwindling trust in Boeing. With Boeing's track record of putting profits over safety, I wouldn't step foot on their planes, one anonymous user wrote. Qatar Airways, a key Boeing client, noted that communication problems lingered even after applying the FAA's recommended software fix to its Dreamliner fleet. The recent pressure bulkhead issues have sparked serious concerns about systemic flaws in Boeing's quality control. While Boeing insists the planes remain safe, with over 165,000 flight cycles without structural fatigue, the FAA has mandated inspections for all U.S.-registered 787 models, from the -8 to the -10. These inspections are projected to cost about $850 per plane, totaling $115,000 for the affected fleet, not counting potential service disruptions. Boeing claims it supports the FAA and is dedicated to resolving every issue, however small. But the pattern of problems raises questions. Is there a deeper crisis in this aerospace giant's manufacturing culture? Since the 1990s, when Boeing shifted its leadership from engineers to Wall Street executives, safety and quality concerns have only intensified. Once a beacon of American industrial prowess, Boeing now faces repeated congressional scrutiny, explaining yet another crisis in its production and safety practices. But hang on, thanks for staying with us. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and share it with your friends. Join us on this journey and be the first to catch our latest updates. Of course, the cascade of issues Boeing has faced over the years has undoubtedly cast a long shadow over the company, leading to far-reaching consequences that have shaken its very foundation. What was once a beacon of innovation, the Dreamliner has become synonymous with technical setbacks. First, the relentless wave of failures has not only diminished public confidence in Boeing but has also raised alarm among airline customers and aviation regulatory bodies alike. Trust, once this producer's strongest asset, has been severely dented. The FAA, along with international oversight agencies, has ramped up scrutiny, tightening monitoring protocols and limiting the company's ability to accelerate production. The company's struggles reached a notable turning point last year when former CEO Dave Calhoun announced his decision to step down by the end of the year. His departure is seen as the first step in a much-needed overhaul of Boeing's leadership and corporate strategy. Second, for airlines, the implications are even more immediate and tangible. Constant repairs, inspections, and compliance with safety directives have piled on additional costs and created a cascade of scheduling disruptions. The financial strain is undeniable. Faced with an ever-growing list of problems with the Dreamliner, many airlines have started eyeing alternative options, like the Airbus A350. This aircraft, a direct rival to the Boeing 787, has garnered praise for its solid operational reliability and efficiency, making it an appealing choice for airlines looking to avoid the persistent technical headaches that come with the Dreamliner. With the aviation industry still grappling with the aftermath of the pandemic, the stakes have never been higher. Airlines, already under pressure to streamline operations and reduce costs, may now have to reconsider their long-term fleet strategies altogether in light of the ongoing Dreamliner debacle. Third, the recent FAA directive regarding the pressure bulkhead is yet another blow to Boeing's reputation. It not only heightens the concerns of airlines but also further complicates the company's efforts to regain its footing. This comes at a time when the U.S. aircraft maker is still struggling to emerge from a series of high-profile scandals. Beyond the issues with the Dreamliner, the company has also been dealing with the fallout from the 737 MAX tragedies, the catastrophic crashes in 2018 and 2019 that led to the loss of 346 lives. And if that weren't enough, 2024 saw yet another alarming incident when a fuselage cover detached mid-flight on an Alaska Airlines journey. These incidents have left the U.S. manufacturer fighting an uphill battle to restore its tarnished reputation. But for Boeing, the path forward is not just about fixing the technical flaws of its aircraft. It's about rebuilding the very culture of quality and trust that once set it apart in the aviation industry. Indeed, it needs a transformation in how it operates, how it engages with its partners, and how it delivers on its promises. Innovation and technology, while critical, cannot replace the integrity and attention to detail that must underpin every aircraft it produces. If they fail to regain the trust of airlines, passengers, and regulators alike, the Dreamliner, once hailed as the future of aviation, will forever remain a cautionary tale. It will stand as a stark reminder of how misplaced priorities, unchecked errors, and a failure to listen to those who matter most can result in a legacy of costly mistakes and missed opportunities. What was meant to revolutionize the skies may instead be remembered as one of the most expensive miscalculations in aviation history. The current climate in the aviation industry leaves less and less room for error, especially when it comes to safety. In an era where public scrutiny is sharper than ever and trust can be lost in a single incident, the margin for missteps has become razor-thin. Boeing's Dreamliner, once hailed as the poster child for next-generation long-haul travel, now stands as a symbol of how quickly that trust can erode when production shortcuts and quality control failures come to light. The latest airworthiness directive from the FAA, this time focusing on structural flaws near the forward pressure bulkhead, isn't just another regulatory update. It's a stark reminder of how far the U.S. manufacturer still has to go to realign it. Operations with the unforgiving standards of modern aviation. Industry analysts and aviation experts argue that Boeing's challenges go far beyond technical glitches or administrative oversight. What's required is nothing short of a systemic overhaul, one that cuts through every layer of the company, from its executive leadership down to the deepest corners of its supply chain and quality assurance programs. Incremental fixes and surface-level corrections won't be enough to regain the confidence of regulators, customers, or the flying public. As Airbus steadily gains ground with its reliable and increasingly popular A350 series, the U.S. aircraft maker risks losing its strategic footing if bold structural reforms are not implemented swiftly and decisively. Meanwhile, airlines are growing more cautious, reassessing long-term fleet strategies with sharper eyes. In a post-pandemic environment defined by fragile margins and cutthroat competition, operators simply cannot afford the unpredictability that comes with persistent technical setbacks. Some have already begun shifting their loyalty toward aircraft manufacturers with a more consistent track record, a trend that could accelerate unless Boeing demonstrates through action that its commitment to safety and quality is more than just a press release. The issue with the pressure bulkhead may seem like a technical footnote, but to industry observers, it's the tip of an iceberg. It speaks to a deeper, existential question. Does Boeing still prioritize engineering excellence and safety above shareholder returns, or has it become a company adrift in the wake of market pressures and past misjudgments? The answer to that question will not only shape the fate of the Dreamliner but could determine the U.S. aerospace giant's role in commercial aviation for the decade ahead. At stake is not just market share, it's the soul of one of America's most iconic manufacturers. What do you think? As a passenger, do you have any constructive suggestions for Boeing? Feel free to leave a comment below. Who knows, if this video goes viral, maybe someone at Boeing will see it. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next episodes.